I have to find you wherever you are.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another quick live stream here. As you pop in, say hello. Let us know in the comments where you're joining from. I'm really curious because I'm live in 4 locations at once on my Facebook business page, within my private Facebook group, but also on LinkedIn and YouTube. So let us know where you're joining from. For those of you who don't know me, hello, I'm Adrienne Hill, and I help coaches, course creators, and network and affiliate marketers to build the skills, structure, and systems that you need so you can scale to $50,000 months and beyond. And I'm here with the lovely Nicolette Moore.
Hey. Yeah, I'm Nicolette Moore. I'm a leadership coach who helps online entrepreneurs to focus on creating your legacy with the tools to create it, the skills to lead it. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about, one of the tools I wanted to talk about today is quantum jumping, which may seem like a little wild, a little out there, a little
woo-woo, a little bit.
A little bit. Some things that make you go, what is quantum jumping? What does that mean? Yeah.
Yes. Well, and it's so funny. So Nicolette and I are planning a 2-day workshop next week. That's part of the reason we're coming to you. There's a little ticker on the bottom here where you can learn more about that, with the intention of helping you to create your full promotion plan and all of your business building activities for 2023. Right. And part of that process is that Nicolette will take us through a quantum jump. Now, when she first took me through that process and she said, okay, now we're going to do a meditation, but it's a quantum jump. Like I'm a super logical, rational, systematic thinker. And so right away in my brain, I was like, what is this woo-woo foofy stuff? Like, what is she talking about? And I didn't even know I had heard of quantum jumping, but I didn't know what it was. And I was just like, oh boy, what am I in for? But honestly, I had a major epiphany when she took me through that exercise. And it was completely unexpected, but it helped me look at my business in a totally different way. And I found it to be immensely helpful. And that's what I keep finding over and over. Every time I interact with Nicolette, she takes me through exercises where I'm like, I had no idea I needed that, but I needed that. Every time.
I know. I love your little comments. You're always like, I would never do this by myself.
Like, I would never set aside the time to be like, oh, I'm going to set aside a half an hour for meditation and a half an hour for visualizing and journaling. Like, I never do that stuff, you guys. But I'm always so grateful when I say she makes me do it. When Nicolette makes me do it, I'm happy because I'm like, wow, I got so much out of that. And I never otherwise would have set aside the time. So as you join, let us know, what kind of business are you building? What is it that you sell? Who is it that you serve? And are you the type of person who would set aside time for those kinds of activities? You know, the meditations, the visualizing, the journaling, the quantum jumps. Or are you the kind of person who wouldn't normally set that aside, but you're wondering if maybe it might be helpful to you? So let us know in the comments which one sounds more like you. And as those comments come in, Nicolette, tell us a little bit, for people who have never heard of quantum anything, much less quantum jumping, what is it?
Yeah. So quantum jumping. So quantum is this idea of like the invisible, and you hear of quantum leaps, the idea of taking exponential leaps or gains in different areas. So quantum jumping is a meditation practice where you're able to, it's going to sound super woo-woo, just roll with me, okay? You get to go and visit your doppelganger in a different dimension, okay? Now, it does sound super woo-woo to say, and I am actually not a very woo-woo person, but things like this do fascinate me. And the reason why I like this particular meditation versus anything else for the purpose of vision is, I know Adrienne has experienced this as well. Many people hold themselves really small. They don't, whenever you ask to, like, what's your vision for your life in 3 years, in 5 years, in 10 years? It's so much smaller than what it could be. And whenever you ask somebody, like, what would your perfect life look like, or what would the perfect experience be? There's like this self-doubt. There's this idea that I can't do it, so I'm not even going to say it.
Yeah, I'm not allowed. If I say it out loud, it makes it real. And the minute it's real, but I don't actually go after it, then I'm a failure. Like, there's all kinds of things that happen mentally, right?
Oh yeah, it's a
Mhm.
big psychological game. And so the idea of the meditation, the going out and finding a doppelganger looks like you, is your same age, but just had a completely different life than you.
It's like
And
you, but in a parallel universe kind of.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. The idea is kind of like, Marvel's, multiverse.
Yeah.
There's a million different universes happening all simultaneously, and so, literally anywhere at any time, there's somebody out there that has achieved something that maybe you haven't. Um,
Mhm.
all the way
Someone
from
in a very close but parallel universe who gave themselves permission to actually go do the big scary things that you feel you're holding yourself back from.
100%.
Mhm.
Yes, 100%. And so
Mhm.
you go and visit them. You go and visit, and there's a whole process that we go through to prime your mind to get you to
Kinda
even
like
the
visualize
place,
it. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
that you would go to visit your doppelganger. But you go and you have a conversation with your doppelganger, and you experience and you observe a particular situation.
Mhm.
And what's really beautiful about this is it's actually helping you tap into your own intuition. It's like removing any barriers or walls that you might have up about yourself and allowing you to just go talk to somebody else and get their
Mhm.
wisdom. It's
Mhm.
very interesting. It's a super cool process. Everybody walks away like, wow, this was so neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was my experience as well. I at first thought that it sounded very woo-woo, and but, I'm an open person, so I'm like, "Sure, I'll go through this process, like, let's do it." And the interesting thing, do you mind if I tell people
Yeah.
what happened?
Please do.
Not
Yeah.
the details don't matter, but the context matters, okay? So I did this quantum, I guess, jump, leap, what did
Mhm.
you call it?
Quantum jump. Yeah.
Quantum jump. Visited, a similar version of myself who's done way more amazing things. And I'm the kind of person, and let me know in the comments if you can relate to this. I'm I'm a doer, I'm a go-getter, I have go-go-itis. I'm constantly like I do all the things. I probably overwork a little bit, but it's because I love it so much. And so I'm always in motion and I like being in control, right? Why do you think I'm the girl who's going to help you plan your promotional calendar for the whole year? I like planning things out and I like feeling like I'm in control of my life. So let me know if that's you. Just give me a hashtag control if you like feeling like you're in control of your life. But things I dislike feeling rushed. I dislike feeling stressed.
Mm.
And I dislike the feel like I love taking on a lot, but I dislike the feeling of there's too much for even me and my high consumption to handle. I don't like feeling like I'm drowning in things,
Mhm.
right? And so I imagined in this future world, like before we actually went into the quantum jump, I thought like, oh, I'm gonna, like I imagine this scenario where like I have tons of control over my life and my business and like everything is operating exactly the way I want. But what happened, you guys, is that I did that quantum jump. I visited my similar self, and she had zero stress. She was always calm. And it's because she gave more control away.
Mm.
I never would have expected that in a million years. So, what I saw was she was sitting in this beautiful, gorgeous office with this vista of like mountains. Clearly, I need to get myself near the mountains somehow. And she was super calm and I was like, "How are you so calm and you're not stressed at all when you're doing all these things you're doing?" And it was when her assistant walked in that I realized her assistant walked in and she just kind of said, "You have an entire 45 minutes to speak with her. You don't need to feel rushed at all. You just take your time. I'll give you a 10-minute heads up before your next activity is coming. And oh, by the way, here's a healthy snack." And then she left and I was like, "Does she always do that for you?" She was like, "Oh, yeah, I never have to worry about what's coming next. She gives me a heads up about everything." Like, and so I'm like, "You don't even know what your next appointment is?" And she's like, "No, but I know that she'll come and tell me with plenty of notice. And there will be time for me to go to the bathroom, and there's time for me to eat. There's time for me to do everything I need to do. So I don't need to be stressed or feel rushed ever." And it was giving away the control of her calendar to someone else who managed it for her that made her less stressed, right? It was the exact opposite of what I would have expected.
Mm.
And I just thought that was so fascinating. And I realized the things that stress me are when I feel like I'm low on time and I'm rushed, especially if I have to eat or go to the bathroom and I don't have time to do it before my next meeting or something. And I thought, man, like maybe in a future, maybe as my business scales, I need to hire an assistant who does kind of take over some of that stuff for me, and then I wouldn't have any stress at all.
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
So cool.
So it was the exact opposite of what I expected, and it was really eye-opening for me to kind of compare and contrast in my mind my need for control versus my desire for less stress and how they fit with each other.
Oh, that's power. I had goosebumps like the whole time you were talking about that. I remember you going through it and sharing, and yeah, it's like that's your intuition, that's your gut telling you like what you really desire and something that you can create yourself. You just might not be thinking about it consciously.
But now after that exercise, I think about it probably once a week. I don't know.
Right.
It gets kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I quantum jumping it will open some things up for you that are very powerful. I would say like my biggest win with quantum jumping has been working out and putting myself in the body and the physique of a very strong woman who's my
Mhm.
doppelganger, and feeling what it feels like to be in that body has
Mhm.
been completely transformative for me working out, which is wild.
It's
It's a
motivating to you.
it's super, yeah, it's just like I can put myself in her shoes when I go to work out, and it's like I
Mhm.
can borrow some of that strength that she has that I up until now haven't had.
Yeah.
It's been super interesting to use. So there's a lot of use cases for quantum jumping. It's not, there are a lot of different ways that you can use it and benefit from it. And so
Mhm.
on Monday, we'll be doing a quantum jump to help you get clarity about your vision. And it's going to be in a way that I guarantee you've never experienced before.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Thanks for giving us that little quick sneak taste of what that's going to be. And it's just, you guys, it's a really interesting and fascinating way to tap into your intuition that you maybe hadn't thought of before.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And what I've experienced myself and many of my clients have, once you have a really clear vision of like, if you knew exactly what you wanted 2023 to look like December 31st, 2023, just before the new year, this time next year, if you had a really clear list of what success looked like and you had a promotional calendar built out for your business showing you what you're promoting, when you're promoting it, how you're promoting it, and you can literally see how the numbers are going to add up, where it's not just like, oh, I sure hope I make six figures next year, or I sure hope I scale to 1 million next year. You'll know exactly how.
Hmm.
How much more empowered would you feel? How much more motivated and confident would you feel to actually know what levers to pull to make it happen and when?
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to take you through next week. If you'd like to join us, the link, it's on the ticker that's like going by. The link is below where you can check that out. You can join us, and we would love to see you there. And it's going to be a powerful session, 2 full days. The first day with Nicolette to create your vision. Second day with me to create your promotional calendar. So with that, and of course, don't miss the quantum jump on day 1.
Yes. So fun. It's
So
awesome.
fun. So hope that was helpful, you guys. With that, we'll leave you with that so you can chew on that a little bit. Go check out the website, see what we got going on, and we hope to see you there next week.
All right. See you later.
Bye.